Yeah, you know what it is. Hot 97, of course, hot97.com and flexwetrust.com. I got my man 50 Cent on the phone. Fifth, what up?
Yeah, man, anything good, man. I'm out here running around in L.A.
That's nice, man. Congratulations, my brother.
I'm putting it together.
Listen, the $200 million, the movie deal. I mean, wow, man. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, and I've been working on it. I'm working on this one for a while. I've been working on this deal quietly, you know what I'm saying? Like, while I, going through the album cycle, my last album cycle, I've been, putting it together. I got people that, made equity investments in actual film projects away from the Lionsgate deal. Lionsgate bought the domestic rights to the 10 pictures, so it's cool. Everything else is still available. I'm going to have to sell those other territories after the films are complete.
Man, congratulations. Was that always your plan, to do well in the music business and then do well in the movie business?
Well, no, it developed after a while. Like my passion is still music. You know what I'm saying? I haven't felt the same success that feeling that when the music is dead right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that right there is still, a big goal for me. So, I'm working on an album right now. I'm still out here. And I came out here to the West Coast to see if there's, because there's different producers out here, there's different elements. Sometimes them hits be in the cracks. Like, when I came out, I Get Money to Kid Apex, that's the first record he ever produced that actually got purchased.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he's an East Coast producer. You got these guys in the basement that can't really make the material get all the way to you. So I'm going to carve some time out, go out there, see what they got, and then I'm going to come back home and do what I got to do there.
I was amazed. I remember you were shooting the movie. Now, when's the one where you're the football player and you get cancer? And I believe when does that movie come out?
Things Fall Apart. It'll be, in Sundance this year.
Okay.
So, it'll be, then they'll premiere there, and then I'll get a chance to...
You want to maximize on the monies.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always that's always the goal. that's what we out here. That's what we doing.
Fifth, Chelsea Handler, my brother. Chelsea Handler. What's happening? There's a few pictures.
Yeah. It's just blown out of proportion a little bit, Flex. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting there talking. It's funny you bring that up because we was talking about film projects. She's actually doing a film now with McGee and Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
She's like the comedy relief in that, and I was talking to her about a project I'm trying to get her to do. So I'm gonna chase her around a little bit so if they see me in more pictures, they know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So it's just that you're working out a deal because you normally don't waste time with chicks too much if you're not,
Nah, if you see me multiple times, you mean I've already done it?
Yeah, he said gutting. Oh, sorry. Fifth, I swear to God, I thought that's what you said. Oh, my goodness. Yo, he doesn't even want to laugh. He doesn't want to... Oh, change the subject, Fifth? Okay, we change the subject. Listen, the record with Jadakiss is amazing, of course. Fifth, to see you two together on one song is beautiful, my brother.
I feel like it's healthy for just hip-hop and New York City as a whole for us to start to, work and make joints that are different. Because I think a lot of the actual elements... a lot of the material is non-confrontational, Flex, and it ain't really reflecting, New York vibe, that New York state of mind.
Okay.
A lot of it. And then when Jada sent the joint, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. The intro statements, the additional, my additional vocals on the chorus, all that stuff wasn't there. It was just Rel doing his piece and Jada doing the two verses, and I rapped at the very end, and then they sequenced it and put it all together and everything. And I actually was on the phone with them today. We was talking about doing some other things. My electronic company I got, there's a company approached me to do marketing for the actual company, and Jada, we talking about doing something with that.
You're not out here squeezing everybody, are you, Fifth?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to squeeze everything.
So were you and Jadakiss in the studio together?
No, we went back and forth. He mailed the joint, he sent it to me on an email, and I started writing it. He was like, yo, I need that now. You can't sit on that. That isn't that. He was present because, it's like a mixture weekend coming up, and he wanted to launch then. I think one of his homies or somebody closer to him passed away, and then he sat with it for a little bit, and then he was ready to go.
So on Fifth, the BT, the top 10 rappers, you were in that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put me in there.
Well, why?
Because I start to, it feels good to be underrated too. Because they watch on some levels, you got the guys that feel like their punchline is gonna save the world. You know, and they got a rap book. They're walking around and can't even read the contract they signed to rap.
Got you.
You know, it's just they're not paying attention to everything else that means something in actual business. And they'll go, you know, they'll criticize. Like I've heard people say, look, this is online talk too. He had hits since Get Rich or Die Trying. Mm-hmm. They must have missed the next album that sold 10 million records.
But you know, Fifth, I think I don't know any artist. People always talk about the first. I think it's that shock factor. It's what it is. Even when other albums sell more, you know, you're competing against yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. And you never get a second chance at the first impression. I get that too, Flex. But for you to totally, like, to try and, like, that doesn't even make sense to say that. Like, to me, like, every time I show up. But it makes me feel like I'm right and Get Rich or Die Trying again, because that doubt makes me feel like the underdog and I got to show him something again.
How did you feel about the other artists that were in the BET's top 10 list? Because there was a lot of flack online, Twitter. It was definitely the talk in the moment. What did you think about it?
You know, I think no matter who you ask, I think each individual has a top 10.
Okay.
And, you know, but it's what I think music marks time. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at what Get Rich or Die Trying meant for 2003, this is why they keep saying I haven't made an album that had that magnitude. Nothing's moving. Nothing was moving but that record at the time. You moved 12 million copies on your first, and it's still the largest debut in hip-hop album.
Got you.
And like, you got artists out there, like, they had Drake pretty low for a guy that consistently put hits on the board. I mean, it's non-confrontational music. It's not aggressive, but...
Yo, that's your thing now? It's either confrontational or non-confrontational?
Yeah, you know. I got a whole new lingo. You can't see I'm out here with these executives. I got to explain this stuff. Like,
oh, my
I'm like, you know...
God.
You know, they need to put me on 60 Minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I can explain hip-hop culture and how we talk about different social classes and we use words to describe these things that other art forms don't use as freely. But we have our First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, like everyone else.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, so when they talk to me about my Twitter, I'm going to write what I feel like writing at that moment. And I'm entertaining on that platform. So, like, I have no boundaries. You know, you can stay off my timeline. I'm rated X. This is the Triple X. This is adult entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your kids get off the timeline. Go follow Beaver.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different element. Like, and there's no actual range. I mean, people judge you for what you say. And, you know, I read somewhere you should try to appear less intelligent than you actually are, and you'll get further. Because when people meet you, they'll actually see someone that they didn't expect to meet and be intrigued by you. You know, so sometimes I misspell things on there on purpose. I do different things. Like, I'm not a spelling bee champ, but I know how to spell there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, and it's like, it's common sense. I can say it and still get away with it because, you know, everybody that's there, they just so badly want to see a flaw in someone that they see accomplishing things. Like, even if you look at other websites and the content that they actually push, right?
Yes.
Like Media Takeout is a successful website because they promote the fantasy.
Got you.
Meaning they take pop culture, hip-hop culture, and they say, this guy is losing his house, this guy is losing his thing. And people go, damn, if that's true, because so many things weren't true that they read, but they're entertaining themselves for that moment by thinking that.
Just tearing them down.
You know, and then I'll actually, at this state of our economy, you got people pretending we're not in a recession when we are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, it helps because they're spending what little bit of money they got like it's not a recession, keeping us functional on that level. But in reality, you see publications like Vibe magazine go from a full working staff to a 3-day work week, download a staff, and then fold, and then get new investors. You're seeing King close, and you're seeing all of these publications change with what their advertisers are because people are starting to see how effective online advertisement is.
It's very effective. It's very effective.
Right. And now that's changing. Like, I write a tweet, it goes to 500,000 people right then.
Yo, Fifth, man, when you retweeted me, my brother, I was so hot out here, man. It was wow, man. My followers was going bananas. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, but the crazy part, Flex, is the publications that are having no problem are the dream sequence, are the dream publications, like the Raw Report, DuPont Registry, Home and Exquisite Living, because people want to fantasize. They want to look at it and say, man, look at that.
Aspire. They want to aspire.
Aspire. You know what I'm saying? It's different between being a dreamer and envisioning things. Because, you know, I'll look, and when I get an idea, I start making steps towards actually accomplishing it instead of just conjuring up something in my head and just sitting it.
I love thisis50.com, man. I love your site, Fifth. I love the content that I get to see. I think you have a great site, my brother.
It's coming along. I'm going to have that World Star, too.
Fifth, Lloyd Banks, man. Yo, that Lloyd Banks, Kanye, Fab, heavy out there, my brother.
Up.
Oh, my God.
Swiss on the hook.
Yeah, serious. It's Hot 97, Funk Flex, Hot97.com, and FlexWeTrust.com. This is 50.com. All right.